So, like with most of my off days, I have a lot of stuff to do and I don't have a lot of time to do it. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go get gas. Alright, so if you guys are watching my video for the first time, my name is Jamal and I drive a C5 Z06. Now today what I kind of wanted to do was I wanted to do like a 5 things I hate about my Z06. But I really don't hate this car. I don't want to get everyone all confused. I love this car to death. These are just kind of 5 things that I find annoying about the car. So I thought I'd just share my personal 5 things I find annoying or 5 things I hate, I guess you could say, about my Z06. So I want to start with number 5, which would be the cup holder. Now I went over this in a previous video of mine, the pros and cons of daily driving a Z06. But there is one cup holder in this car, and it's really shallow, which right now I'm using it to hold change. But you can't really even put any type of cup in it, because if you have anything in it, you take a turn or something like that, it's just gonna fall over and it can spill everywhere, and it's just really annoying. And if you do have something in it, you have to kind of hold it the entire time you're driving. So when it comes time to shift, you have to take your hand off the cup. It's kind of annoying because it'll fall over. So that's number 5, the cup holder. So coming in at number 4 would definitely be the stock shifter that comes on this car. The car was made in 2003, so the shifter that came on this car is kind of old school, I guess, and it's really tall, and the throw is really long, and it just feels I don't know, it just feels kind of sloppy, if that makes sense. So what I did to remedy this was I got a C6 Z06 shifter. It's just from like a C6 Corvette. And I replaced that with it. It was a direct bolt-on, and so that's one thing you can do if you don't like that stock shifter, which I hated mine. And changing the shifter really does do a lot to the whole driving experience of the car, because obviously you're going to be shifting a lot. Coming in at number 3 would definitely be the stock seats in this car. As you can tell from behind me, I do not have stock seats in this car anymore. That was actually the last thing the most recent thing I just changed on this car. If you know Corvettes, C5 and C6 Corvettes, they're infamous for their seat bolsters just getting really worn, and the seats just getting real beat up over time. And so this car being a 2003, and it's a higher mileage car, which I had bought. It was over 100,000 miles. So the seats were definitely worn, and they became really uncomfortable. And if you're daily driving this car like I am, then the seats can become kind of annoying, especially if they don't have any bolsters left. They're not comfortable. So what I did was I hopped on Craigslist and I was able to find a pair of Corbeau A4 seats, and that's kind of what I did to remedy that problem. Now number 2 on my list would definitely be the stock headlights. And what do I mean by that? I'm talking about the pop-up headlights. I'm not really a huge fan of the way they look. I don't like the whole pop-up look, and I know this car came out in '97, so it technically still was in the 90s whenever they did introduce the cars. I just wish that, you know, as time went on, or maybe when they made the Z06, that they had changed the headlight design or something, because these pop-up headlights are just kind of annoying. Now, with that being said, there's a whole bunch of aftermarket options you can do to delete the pop-up headlights, but in my opinion, none of them really look that good. So for now, I guess I'm just going to stick with the pop-up headlights, because in my opinion, those are the best looking headlights there are. And finally, the number 1 thing that annoys me about my Z06 is how dirty it gets. This car, out of all the cars I've ever owned, this car has to be washed the most often. I don't know why it is. It's just the way it's designed. I guess it just gets dirt. Obviously on the wheels, the brakes, those get real dirty all the time. And then the back of the car, for some reason, just gets real dirty, dusty, just from driving it. Like even going short distances and stuff, like the dust will start to accumulate on the back of the car, and that's really annoying because I'm kind of OCD when it comes to keeping my car clean. So I just have to wash it a lot more than my other cars. So that I would definitely have to put that at number 1, just because I have to wash it all the freaking time. Really, 5 of the top things that I don't like about this car, that annoy me about this car. Again, don't get me wrong, I love this car, I love it to death, but that's just 5 kind of things that I guess that kind of annoy me about my car. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. I got a lot of stuff to do today, so I'm gonna let you guys go. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you have any questions, please comment down below. And if you're just watching my videos for the first time, please really consider subscribing to my channel. I'm gonna try to keep the Corvette content coming. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.